Next on Newsmax Prime, you helped make a difference for Sister Diana. Details coming up. Then, has America forgotten the lessons of 9/11? Insights ahead from George Pataki and Bernie Kerik. Plus, why wouldn't the administration send someone to the funeral of the fallen New York cop? It's Friday, May 8th, 70 years after the Allied victory in Europe, and Newsmax Prime starts now. Welcome into Newsmax Prime for this Friday. Of prime interest tonight, a story in which you played a major role. We told you about Sister Diana, a Catholic nun in Iraq, originally denied a visa by our State Department. In turn, you reached out to your congressmen, senators. I understand some of you even called and emailed the White House. As a result, things got clearer at Foggy Bottom. Johnnie Moore, the author of Defying ISIS, first told us of Sister Diana's plight. Johnnie is a man on the move. He joins us via FaceTime from New York City. Johnnie, what is the good news you can share with us tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, it worked. People raised their voices. They wrote their congressmen and senators. They put pressure on everybody everywhere. And I just got news earlier today, actually right in the middle of doing interviews all across New York City about Sister Diana, that she has been approved. They heard, they responded. It's Exhibit A of what happens when people in this country start raising their voices.
Johnnie, as people raise their voices, do we have any specifics? When can we expect to see Sister Diana here in the U.S.?
Yeah, we'll have her here real soon, probably within the next 10 days, and she'll be fulfilling the itinerary that we were planning on. She'll be meeting with members of Congress. She'll be doing interviews. She'll be giving firsthand account of what ISIS has done and what they're doing to take care of those who've been imperiled by it. And and let me just say, like, I remain incredibly frustrated that it took this much effort and we had to spend this much time and energy rallying thousands and thousands of people for something so simple and so sensible as getting Mother Teresa to the United States. But I am so grateful people paid attention. And I'll tell you, JD, when I met Sister Diana in Iraq late last year, she told me a really interesting thing. She said, "I don't understand you Americans." She said, I lived in America. I love America, but why are you so silent in the face of our genocide? And, I just am grateful that we're getting her here and we made a difference, but we mustn't stop now. This is the beginning, not the end of us raising our voices.
Johnnie, with a minute remaining, in retrospect now, the involvement of our viewers and others making this happen, will this serve as a catalyst for Americans to take a more active role in stopping Christian persecution in the Middle East and elsewhere around the world?
Because of people that watch this program and we were talking about and others like them, there can be one unquestionable thing, and that is that people in the United States government heard loud and clear that Americans care about this issue. And Christian persecution will continue unless we keep doing this. And so I commend everyone that raised their voices, and I beg and plead with them, don't stop. We have to stop this Christian genocide.
And that is very good news. Johnnie Moore, literally on the road, thankfully someone else driving in New York City so you could spend some FaceTime with us. We thank you for bringing that happy news to us, and we believe this can be the start of a great relationship. Active involvement of our viewers in this critical issue confronting the U.S. and the world. Johnnie Moore, again, you have our thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Now to another story of prime interest to all of us. Can ISIS execute a 9/11 style attack here in the U.S.? Intelligence officials quoted in the Washington Times say yes. Meantime, military bases around the nation have increased their security because of the rising threat level. Miranda Khan has more on what's prompting these new concerns. Miranda?
JD, military bases are now at level Bravo, the third in the 5-tier alert system, which indicates an increased and predictable level of terrorism. This is only the 5th time the threat level has reached Bravo since the system was implemented back in 2002, and this comes just hours after FBI Director James Comey told reporters there are, quote, hundreds or maybe thousands of people across the country who are receiving recruitment overtures and directives from ISIS. Meanwhile, yesterday's court ruling on the NSA bulk phone records collection and the future of the Patriot Act has many, including Arizona Senator John McCain, very concerned.
And people seem to have forgotten 9/11.
Senator McCain appearing on Newsmax TV yesterday as well. Meanwhile, that view is being shared publicly by many as the implications of a modified Patriot Act and revisions to the NSA bulk collection surveillance program are being considered. Here's Congressman Steve King on our program yesterday.
Judy, I think that's the best fit that we have. And, you know, to modify it in that way, there needs to be, I think, a provision that allows a negotiation to take place between our intelligence community and the telecommunications companies so that those records are retained. Because I don't want to let somebody fly planes into our buildings again.
Director Comey said the FBI has hundreds of investigations underway in the U.S. of possible extremists influenced by known ISIS recruiters. So even with this increased security level, the question being asked is, are we doing enough to stop another large-scale attack? JD?
Thanks, Miranda. Now to go further in depth, we're joined by former New York Governor George Pataki via FaceTime, and Skyping in from New Jersey, former New York Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik. Bernie, of course, the author of the book From Jailer to Jailed. Gentlemen, thanks to you both for being here tonight on Newsmax Prime. George, let's begin with you. You are a prospective presidential candidate. As a potential commander-in-chief, how genuine is the threat we confront right now?
It's very real. First, let me say hi to Bernie. Nice being on with you. I think the threat is very, very real. We just saw yesterday the director of the FBI say that they cannot keep track of all the potential recruits ISIS is targeting through social media across the United States of America. We just saw what could have been a horrific attack in Texas, stopped by one single police officer. Thank God he was there. And this just reiterates what I've been saying all along. We cannot sit back and allow others to, over time, degrade ISIS. ISIS is out there every hour of every day, plotting, planning, recruiting, training to attack us here in America. We have got to destroy their centers over there before they have the chance to launch another attack here.
Bernie Kerik, you have been on Newsmax TV on several occasions, and always this conversation gets back to what's next here in the United States. At times, do your warnings and warnings from folks like Governor Pataki, do you feel they're falling on deaf ears?
You know what, JD, you have to wonder sometime. I mean, you look at this thing that happened in Texas. We still see people on social media and in the various networks surprised. They're shocked. I'm not sure what they're shocked about. I don't know why they're surprised. If you look at social media, you look at Facebook, listen to the Iraqi state leaders, Islamic state leaders over in Syria and Iraq. They basically say they want to attack us. They want the demise of Christianity. They want to blow Israel off the map. These are our enemies. I don't know what it takes, what more it takes for us to get it and deal with it than the realization that they themselves are saying it. So nobody should be surprised. The governor and I, nobody knows better than we do what can happen when there are failures and these guys get into this country. And I just think it's crazy at this point. We should be doing everything in our power to knock out their communication systems, knock out their training camps in Northern Africa, in the Middle East, in Asia, taking this fight to them abroad, because if we don't do it, we're going to be fighting them here more every day. And we're seeing a constant increase, as James Comey said yesterday. There are now hundreds, if not thousands, he said, in this country that are looking to attack us.
And on that note, gentlemen, we're going to step aside for just a minute, but this conversation is so important, we need to continue it, and that is what we are going to do. More with former New York Governor George Pataki and former New York Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik when we come back. Newsmax TV is building Prime around you. This is your chance to join the conversation. It's easy to connect with us via social media. Share your opinion. Just email me here, newsmaxprime@newsmaxtv.com, or on Facebook at facebook.com/newsmaxprime, or on Twitter at twitter.com/newsmaxprime.